This is an overview of my sub progress. Um, this is the body of the sub is concrete. It's a ferro cement construction, and I've got up front here, I've got my anchor locker, and then behind that is my forward trim tank, which still needs to have the end caps welded on. And so this concrete body has a air cavity inside of approximately 120 cubic feet, and I've got some fittings on the bottom for the water, 2-inch fittings. I've got one up front here, and then I've got 4 in the back where the water can escape when it's pressurized with air, or the water can enter when the top valves are opened. And so I've just recently completed this attachment of the pressure hull to the concrete body, which was a bit of a dilemma because originally I had planned to drill through the concrete and attach it in various areas, but it was difficult to do that with the air cavity. There's no real access to there, possibly through the bottom, but I wanted to try to keep everything intact without drilling too many holes. So I decided to go with this scheme here. The only place I can really drill through the concrete body and not drill inside into the air cavity is on the edges where it's bonded together. And so what I decided to do was to secure the pressure hull using these cables, and connecting this fitting here to the outside edge of the concrete hull. And here are my fittings for the introducing air or opening the valve to let water in to control the buoyancy of the concrete cavity ballast structure that I have here. And so this is a 5-foot diameter sphere. It's a pressure vessel steel, 3/8 thickness, and then I've got a 1-inch thick collar insert here. I'm planning on having my batteries in this area, along with some other components. I still have the conning tower to put on, which is a 24-inch diameter, which is going to be the same. There's going to be a 1-inch thick collar as well. Motors for propulsion I'm planning on running two motors, two 35 horsepower motors that are going to be sitting right about here with a shaft along this tangent of the sphere, coming back with two propellers on each side here. I would have liked to gone with just one propeller, but I've got I can't go any further down here, and I can't spare the space inside the sphere, so I'm going to divide it into two. And I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do on the rudder situation. I'd like to have ideally two rudders for each prop, but I don't want too much possibility for entanglement, so I was trying to keep that as simple as possible. I might go with one rudder, but I don't think I'm going to get the control with one rudder, so I'm still kicking that around. I'm going to have the conning tower is going to be around 2 feet high, with I'll have 3 viewports in the front and 1 in the back. But I'm also going to have 3 viewports down low here to view the bottom. So I'm going to have the sub's going to actually kind of be, when it's on the bottom of the ocean, it's going to be kind of going backwards. Actually, I'm going to creep backwards if I'm going to want to look at stuff up close. But then when it's on the surface, it's going to be going this direction, and also diving underwater, it'll still be going that direction. But just for up close viewing, the direction is going to change here. I've got this this here is structure is just basically pinning the hull in place so it doesn't move back and forth or twist. And but the cables are doing all the work as far as holding everything on. I've got some rubber in between the concrete hull and the steel. Here's looking from up above. I'm planning on some ailerons up front and in the rear. I'm planning on using electrically driven gear motors on those. Also, I've got these turnbuckle arrangements here for securing this down. I'm going to most likely have 3 more. I think I've got, this is an overkill as far as for attaching this, but in the open ocean I don't want anything moving around, so we're going to get this as secure as possible. I'll have 3 more cables on here as well. And then up in this area, I'm going to have my air tanks for ballast and oxygen for inside. I may put the air tanks in another location. And then theoretically there's going to be a diesel engine in this area, but that's going to have to wait for a little while. Anyway, that's about the size of it. I've got also my trailer leaves a lot to be desired here. I've got to move these axles back, and I've got to obviously have higher rated axles than what I have here. I'm hoping to go with 2 axles would be nice if I can get away with it for turning, but I may have to go with 3 if my weight gets too high. So that's about the size of it. Just waiting on the conning tower. Actually got word that that's in the steel shop, so I'm going to be going down and picking that up.